Board games, board games, it's what we're going to play. Board games to enjoy our day. Board games, we are going to play. Board games to enjoy our day. Today we're going to play Tokaido, which is a game that I did not know before I read the rules earlier today. And Mill did pretty much the same with Rodney Smith. That's the one of Watch It Played.
Yep.
And we're going to play a board game. Board game, it's what we're going to play. Board game to enjoy our day. And so, yeah, that is the intro. This is my second ever stream of Playful Shenanigans at 4 p.m. on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is the plan. And then maybe in 4 weeks, I'll get rid of the Saturdays and possibly the Friday. I'm not sure. It depends how, like, lock up. What's the opposite of lockdown, Mill?
Real life.
Yeah, no, like unlocking. Well, after things have been unlocked and I can kind of get out, I'll kind of see how things are at that point. Because, this is basically what it's all about. I'm just wanting to play more things. I've not got people to play them with. I can't go over to have... Yeah, anyway. But I wanted to... start off with introductions. I've got a banner just to keep me vaguely on track. We're going to play Tokaido, as you just heard. But first of all, let's hear for 5 minutes. Who are you? Mill, who are you?
Hello, I'm Mill. I'm a co-designer for Library Labyrinth, which is coming to Kickstarter in July. I've done a lot of like escape room design, a bit of VR, puzzle games, and like immersive games at festivals and things like that, street games and things. And I'm the assistant manager at RanSacked Board Game Lounge in Worthing.
So what is RanSacked Board Game Lounge? Is that like a board game cafe? What's the difference?
There isn't really a difference. They just called it lounge rather than cafe because they thought it sounded like nicer and cozier and more fun. And, you know, because we serve alcohol as well. So like cafe wasn't quite right. But lounge is sort of, you know, it's a place to chill and hang out.
So I'm getting a kind of swinging dry voodoo lounge kind of vibe, or am I totally off base?
It's not quite that in terms of decor, but you know, in terms of atmosphere, why not?
Cool.
We quite often play a little bit of electro swing, or I do at least when I'm on shift.
Well, that sounds like quite a bit of fun, and if anyone wants to check out the links, and you was it Jess who basically was the mastermind behind the game jams that you're coming up with, which is really cool, where you've got activists putting in ideas, and then I'm definitely going to read through this once all that's been done, and then the ideas that designers then get inspiration from these activists' ideas and then make their own games. And hello, Flo, by the way, it's lovely to have you with us. Thank you for joining along. But yeah, Game Jam, talk about it, please.
It's really Jess's baby, that one. So I know that she's been reaching out to people who are interested in like activist themes and things to basically just kind of submit like activist themes. So it could be like climate change, it could be like defunding the police, it could be whatever you're interested in, basically. And then there's just going to be a game jam where a bunch of people, whoever wants to get involved, can get involved and try and come up with a game based around those themes. A lot of what Dissent does is sort of socially conscious game design. So Disarm the Base, which was the previous game, was about disarming warplanes, which was based on like a real life thing that happened. Some people like broke into a military base to disarm the planes. And so Jess was like, I'm going to make a game about this. but yeah, it's the game jam is coming up soon.
What I like about it is that quite often a game jam, and like, you know, I've got a thing that I wouldn't call it a game jam. Mine is like more of a contest where, you know, on the 1st of August, people design a game for the L deck and then I play through everything. And hopefully, you know, that's the feedback and people get that. But quite often for a contest, it feels very much, okay, you put it in and then that's it. And you might never get any feedback or anything from it. Now, for the L deck thing, I want to make sure that I'm giving feedback to everyone. Like I saw Edo's thing just today, I became aware of that. And then there's another print and play contest that's going up. And don't get me wrong, like that's nice that you put up something and within the print and play contest, because it's on Board Game Geek, they're encouraging people to like play at least 3 other people's things, which is nice. So you get a bit of feedback for each other. But with this, it's at least 2 people working together. You've got someone with the idea and saying, hey, this is something that matters. Let's make a game about this thing, because games can not just be fun and frivolous, but also be about things that matter. And then someone else, and so it's like kind of at least 2 people have been part of the genesis. And so it very much feels like a collaboration, a jam, you know. And
Yeah,
but you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I don't want to spend ages talking about this. You, although you seem like a lovely person, but we should probably start playing Tokaido, because I've never played this game before. You said that you've played it a few times on the app. This is a worker placement by Antoine Bauza. I got this information from Board Game Geek. Xavier Gueniffey Durin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I've read through the instructions, and you said that you weren't getting on with it. You were a bit confused, but now you're back on track. So was the board game digital implementation that you had on your phone not so good?
The app was just a bit confusing. I thought like it didn't, like the tutorial didn't really explain what you were trying to do. So I don't know, I didn't find it that easy on the app, but actually watching Rodney's video on Watch It Played sort of made me go, oh yeah, I sort of vaguely remember playing like what this was on the app. But on the app as well, like it's so small, you can't really see like what things are. And you're like I only played it against the computer. I didn't play it against any real people, I don't think. So it all moved very quickly, and I was like, I don't really understand what everybody's doing, but sure, now it's my turn. Okay. So it was I think probably if you already know how to play, it's fine to then play from the app, but maybe don't learn from the app.
So I'm not going to promise anyone watching that we are going to let me actually minimize that. I'm not going to promise that we're going to explain clearly how the game is played, but we will give a sense of what's going on. I have a vague strategy. I think I've read through the rules and it's like, okay, that sounds like a good thing. I'm going to try and go for that. We'll see what happens. Do you have any strategies going into this, or are you just going to play, see where the wind takes you?
I think I'm going to pretty much see where the wind takes me. I think I've sort of got a rough idea, but these things never play out how you intend them, do they?
Okay.
So I go to game.
So the first thing that we've got to choose is our characters, and technically this should be done secretly, but beyond this, pretty much all the game is open information. So you start off with money, which can be given to the temple to get points, and also money can buy food, which gives you points, and money can also buy little souvenirs, which give you points. Now let me, and my characters have special abilities. Earn 1 additional point for each Hot Springs card and each achievement. Earn 1 point and 1 coin before each encounter. I like money. I am going to go for the person who gives me money. I'm going to go with that. So my special character gives me money and a point before encounters, which I think are the pink ones. How about you? What's your special character's ability?
I get 5 coins at the start. It says in the village, if you buy at least 2 souvenirs, you get the cheapest for free. But you must have enough coins to pay for it in the first place.
I read through all the things in the instructions, and that was my favorite one. That was the one that was like, oh, I would definitely pick that one if I wanted. So I'm slightly jealous. I'm not going to lie. And Flo has apparently played this game a few times, but not on Board Game Arena. Oh, Flo, if you want to join in right now, Mill, if you're happy to have a third player, Flo, let us know if you would like us to start another game with 3 players. I am totally okay with that.
Yeah.
But let us know.
My understanding is if you're a 2-player game, you have a third player that you have to move between you anyway, which sounds a bit confusing. So
it's
3
the
players
person
might be an
in the front who puts it. Okay, Flo is working just now, so I won't tell your boss, or I hope that you're able to still be productive whilst listening, and we're able to keep you company. But thank you for being here. So let's see. Whose turn is it? It's your turn.
It says I must travel. Yeah.
Yes.
So that presumably means that I'm yellow. I guess I'll go to the village.
That seems like a strong move. Yeah, since you can purchase souvenirs, you get things for free, and yeah.
So if I buy,
trying
does it make any difference?
Remember what all these icons are. It would be. I kind of wish that. Yeah, I could remember what these things are, but I might have to ask you, Bill, in a moment.
So I think I'm going to buy. Oh, I don't know, because that's 2 sets. Oh no! But then I get the what's my
1, 2. Well, you've got 4 villages. Oh no! Wait, you've got quite a few villages. Let me. How many villages do you have on the entire game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've got 7 villages, so that's enough. Even if you only go to half of them, you could easily buy stuff 4 times.
Enough coins to pay for it in the first place, so I get the cheapest free. Oh, but I could. That says at least 2 souvenirs, so I could get all 3 souvenirs, couldn't I?
You sure could.
Well, I wonder. Yeah, why not? I will spend all my money though if I do that. I don't know whether that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do it. I'll buy.
Oh, just play by your gut, Mill.
Oh, it's so hard, isn't it?
I
get bogged down in these things. I'm going to buy all 3. Why not? Oh, I don't have enough money, but I do because I've got the one for free.
Oh no, because you need to have the money to buy it, but then you get the one for free, so you don't spend the money, but you need to have the money. It explains it in the instructions that I looked up.
So I need to actually be able to. Okay, so let's buy that one, and let's buy that one. There we go.
So now I get to see what you've chosen. You've chosen a little small object and an art thing. And now you get to move the neutral traveler. Where are you putting the neutral traveler?
Does the neutral traveler have any
well, that's going to be blocking me now. So if you what's the I think the next one is a donation, and then there's the encounter, then there's the panoramas. So if you want to block me from one of these things, then maybe you want to put the neutral traveler there.
So you get benefits from encounters, is that right?
Yep.
So if I move the neutral traveler to the encounter, then
that will annoy me. Yep.
Okay.
Go for it. That seems like a good move.
That seems like what White would do if White was a real person.
No, it doesn't, but that's besides the point. Okay, so you have free money, so you could still go and the blue things are really good. Do I want to go to the hot springs panorama, or do I go to... Oh, on Board Game Arena, I am missing the information from the side of the board of how many things each thing has. Oh, cool. Fields, mountain, and temple.
Oh, all the rules are at the bottom as well.
Yes. I am going to not give up my money to the temple. I am going to go and get a point from the fields, I think. That's all I'm doing. Just a wee point from the fields.
Oh, you've discovered a beautiful panorama. Okay. What's this second guy do? Can't really see. Oh, that's the temple, isn't it? And that's the encounter. What happens at the hot springs? I can't even remember.
At the hot springs, you get 2 or 3 points.
Oh, that seems reasonable, doesn't it? But what I really
I was tempted by that, for sure.
Yeah. Well, why not? Let's go there.
So you've got a cheeky 7 points total now. Okay, so and you get to move the neutral traveler again.
It feels odd that it's me again that gets to move the neutral traveler.
Oh, it's always the person in front, and yeah, if I wanted to move them, then I should have gone further ahead, I guess.
Well, I mean, I could just really annoy you.
Okay. That's quite far into the future. So now I'm thinking, do I go... What's the farm? Oh yeah, the farm is where you get free money, I think. So do I go to the farm and take the money, or do I go to the village to take some objects? Oof. Or do I go to the mountain to start on that panorama? I am going to... Oh, wow, there's a lot of traveling left to do. 1, 2, 3. Let me go to the farm to get me some money.
Wise choice.
Now, you can go to the town, but fingers crossed you will not be able to take advantage of your ability. We'll see what happens.
I'm going to go to the mountain panorama first, because I might as well.
Yep.
Because
I did give you that option, to be fair.
So I could go again. I don't have very much money, but let's see what happens. Okay. So I could get one of those and one of those. And so now I've got a complete set.
Oh my gosh. You've got 16 points. Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, I like my special ability. I tell you, that's working out quite well for me so far.
Yeah, slightly. I need to make sure I don't let you get to too many of those things. You have 1 coin, so do I go to the temple, or do I go to the sea, or is that the hot springs? Oh no, it's the sea panorama, and or the mountain. Let me go to the sea panorama. And I'm starting another beautiful panorama. I'm taking it very slowly. I've just got 2 points. Now, are you going to give up your last coin to the temple?
Yeah.
Or... And remember, the person who donates the most gets 10 points.
Yeah. And I think I might need it to buy some food at the inn. I'm going to go to the panorama. Skipping
that. And now you move the neutral traveler.
Well, I think he can go to the inn.
Okay, so I am going to go to the hot spring for sure. Get my cheeky 3 points, nice.
Nice.
And then go to the you
No,
go
it's me.
to the
I guess I've got to go to the inn.
and you get some sort of meal if you have money for 6 points.
Delicious meal. I'm going to have some of these nigiri neshi. Yeah, why not?
Oh, very nice. And only 1 coin as well. What's his left? Oh, great. I got another cheap meal.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy that one. I'm happy with that.
I mean, you've got the money to spend on a more fancy meal.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I want to blow all my money. Maybe I just want to...
Don't you get extra points at the end for, like, spending loads of money on food or something?
You do, but maybe I don't... Maybe I want to spend my money at the temple, or maybe I want to spend my money on, the trinkets.
That's reasonable.
Okay, so I've got my sea panorama, which I've already started. I think I am going to go for that one.
Wonderful. I am going to go to the farm and get some money.
Maybe I should have actually gone to the farm to deny you that money. Maybe that would have been a good strategy. Hindsight is 2020. Maybe I should have been meaner. I don't know.
Now I get to move the neutral. It's constantly me moving the neutral traveller. It just feels very unfair.
Hello, Goffer. It is lovely to have you join us. Thank you very much. I think I'm enjoying the process of pondering what to do in this game. It's quite nice.
Yeah, it's quite gentle, isn't it? It's sort of.
Well, I mean, I did just have an opportunity to really deny you that money, which would have been interesting. Yeah. And here at the temple, this is the interesting one, because this is where I'm like, okay, I might as well pop off at the temple just to pay 1, if nothing else, to make sure that I am on the leaderboard. And so now I'm potentially getting that 10 points. And
you get to go again.
Indeed. I would not have gone to the temple had I not been able to go again. So let's see. I've already got a field panorama, so I'm definitely... it behooves me to get my second one for 2 points. So, on you go.
Okay. I might as well get the third one in the mountain panorama. How big is the mountain panorama? Is that the 5 one?
I'm not sure what... I've got the rules here. The panorama. Sorry, let me see.
Mountain is 4.
Mountain is 4. Paddy is... Oh, that's interesting. In the instructions, it calls it Paddy, but in...
PGA,
that's slightly annoying. Also, in the instructions, it calls it Sea Mountain Paddy, but that's not the order in which they're ordered on the board.
Here it says 3 field, 4 mountain, and 5 sea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sea Mount. Okay, C is 5.
Yeah.
I felt like the instructions were pretty good, but they had a couple of really, really tiny niggles that I wasn't too keen on. But anyway, okay, so do I go to the temple? Probably not. Do I go to the hot spring for 2.5 points? Mountain, that would give me my 3 points. Sea, maybe I should start the sea, or do I go to the village just to deny you the village? I feel like I might... yeah, I am going to go to the village.
Oh.
And I am going to take... Even though I have to spend more money, I am going to buy 2 things. There we go. And now the score, you're still in the lead, but I've narrowed the
Gaining on
margin
me.
a tiny bit.
Well, I might go to the temple and put a coin in there so that I can catch you up on that.
That makes sense.
Um,
And now I get to move the neutral traveler. I am going to pop them on the farm, I think.
I'm going to nip to the hot spring because I might as well.
Yeah.
And then I can go to the mountain because I might as well.
Yeah, I did kind of leap quite a few. Maybe that was a bad choice. I'm not sure.
I haven't started the sea yet, but I suppose I could.
Why not? It doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm doing quite badly this game.
And now I guess I've got to go to the inn. So let's get in there. I've only got 2 coins, which is not ideal. But I could. Yeah, okay.
Oh, and Stream Elements reminds me to do a wee bit of stretching because it is important in this day and age where we spend our days in front of the computer to sometimes stretch from side to side and if you're watching from home, if you're lurking, make sure that you keep your body healthy and even get up out of your chair for just a minute.
Aerobics on StreamYard for a little bit. I've got a friend who's got an app that like dings every so often to remind her to drink water as well.
That's not so bad.
Also a healthy thing.
Okay, so do I pay 2 money for 6 points? I think that seems like a good shout. And then the neutral traveler has to go there and then move forward somewhere.
Okay.
So, where is the neutral traveler going to block? Are you going to block the encounters again?
Well, let's see. It is quite fun making you blocking the encounters for you all the time, but it is also quite cruel, and I'd be quite interested to see what your character does as well.
Don't worry about it. If you think that that's your best strategy, I'm totally down. I don't feel like, oh, if I've lost, then I've not had a good time. Don't worry, I'm not going to be upset. Please don't worry about that.
Well,
I was tempted. I had two crazy ideas. Like, firstly, before this stream, I was thinking, should I start like some sort of how many times did Bez win versus a guest? And then I thought, okay, the other thing I could say is you get a terrible prize if you win. And I will tell you what the prize is at the end, but it's a terrible prize. So it's not, if knowledge is power, this prize is like a smidgen of a pinky. So yes, I will give you a prize of some sort if you win.
There we go.
Oh, interesting. So that was on the field or the paddy. So where do I go? Do I go to the village or do I go to the encounter? Again, you've got 1 money, so you couldn't actually buy 2 things. I think I still want to go to the farm, actually. Yeah. I think I want to go to the farm. Because 3 coins, I think, is a pretty good thing. And although that does mean that you get the encounter for free, maybe I made a bad choice and you get the village. But I was thinking, yeah, exactly, you can only buy 1.
Shall I buy it anyway? Yeah, why not? There we go. start a new group.
Oh, I get to move the neutral traveler. I am going to, I guess I'll block the encounter just because it's like a free action for you.
The mountain I've already completed, so I don't need to go to the mountain. So I could go to the hot spring, or I could go to the sea. I am going to go, I think I'm going to go to the sea.
Yeah, that gives you more eventual rewards. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely going... Oh, so you get to move the neutral traveler now, so you get to block one of these things.
So I could block the mountain or the hot spring from you. Let's see.
I think the neutral traveler definitely adds an interesting wrinkle to the two-player game. I am very much enjoying that aspect of it.
I'm going to go to the hot spring.
Okay, so I get my... That's my first mountain card. And now, do I go to the fields? How many more fields are there before the end? There's 2 fields. That would be 3 points. Do I go for the temple? Or maybe I go to the farm to get more coins to stop you getting coins? Oh, yes, if I go to the farm to stop you getting coins, then you won't be able to do stuff. So I'm going to do that. Boom, in your face. Haha, sorry.
No.
I'm so evil, I'm sorry. That sounds so aggressive.
No, that's fine. That's probably exactly what I would have done.
And what fields do you have? Let me double check. You don't have any fields, so I'm definitely going to move it into the fields place.
Okay. Well, then I suppose I'm going to go and block you from the encounter.
That makes sense. And what was your encounter there?
I didn't really see. It sort of went past
Nico,
very quickly.
add 1 coin from the reserve to your temple. Okay, so you got her. So you've basically
so now I've got
taken the lead.
Yeah, because I've now got 2 coins in the temple.
One thing that I was annoyed by in the rules is that it uses the term reserve sometimes and bank sometimes to mean your bank and sometimes to mean the reserve, which I thought was a bit annoying. But that annoyed me. Also, I just want to note that the game has, masculine, like gender neutral he throughout, which I was a wee bit annoyed by. But
yeah, it's quite an old game, isn't it? I think like that was a lot more prevalent a few years ago. I think a lot more people are getting wise to it now and making the effort.
Yeah. But there are still games that have been released even recently that still have that sad attributes. But let me actually look up when it was released.
The video from Rodney was 2013, so it was obviously before that. So it's quite old, I think.
Tokaido, Board Game Geek. While you're pondering the neutral person, it was released in 2012. Okay, so we're still waiting on you to move the neutral traveler.
Yeah. You'd think that by 2012 they would have moved on to using they. Oh, what's this? Somebody said something. The tourists are so mean, preventing others to have a good time with them.
Yeah, it's kind of like... I think that's the nature of any 2-player game. As the more you reduce the player counts, the more vicious it's going to get, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so you blocked me from the sea.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can go to the village. That seems like a good shout. And yeah, but I'm going to go to the village and let's... Ooh. So what do I have? I've got a little object and I've got clothes. I've got the choice to get another little object or food and drink and art. Ooh, I could get all of them. Do I want to get all of them? Maybe I do. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I'm going to buy literally everything.
Wow.
And that puts me at 40 points compared to your 52.
Gaining on me.
Mm.
Well, I guess I've got to go to the inn. So, here we go. I can't purchase a meal because I don't have any money. So, yeah.
Oh, I just noticed if you hover over your panoramas on Board Game Arena, it kind of tells you how many cards it is to complete it.
Oh, this is the C. Oh, the C is 5. I thought the C. Oh. Never mind.
And I am going to eat something. Oh, wow, that's expensive.
Yeah, this inn is pricey. So.
Okay, I can only afford one of them, but yeah, 2 money for 6. That still seems like a good option. And now, let's see, who spent the most money on food? So...
That must be you. I've barely spent anything.
You've missed one on food. So I'm going to get the 3 points there. You're going to actually get the most encounters, which is slightly sad.
There's still 2 encounters to go, though, so...
That's true.
It's possible to catch up.
Oh, and there's the hot springs cards. Of course, yep. So maybe I just jump to the hot spring, or maybe I go to the encounter, or maybe I think I'm going to go to the... Yep, I'm going to go to the encounter. And that gives me a point. And my encounter was with... Shokokunin. Draw the top souvenir card and add it to your collection.
The traveling merchant.
Which gave me 3 points for expanding my second set. That was lucky. Oh, I get to move the neutral, and I am going to block the hot spring. No 2 or 3 points for you.
I am going to do something a little controversial, and I'm going to go all the way to the farm.
I thought you might.
Because I need some money.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So you get to move the neutral person. And we are on the final leg. So this is a game of 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. And we are just coming up towards the end.
So let's move then to there. So you can't get anything from the village.
That makes sense, although I did only have 1 money. But I am going to go to the sea panorama. That gives me 3 points. Oh, I've taken the lead.
You've taken the lead.
So, do I go to the hot spring? Do I go to the encounter and get the money? Do I go all the way to the village where you are probably going... Oh, yes.
Blocking the encounter.
Yes, you get to choose something. Okay, so if you were to go all the way to the village, then you would... Let's see, what have you got? You've got your set... 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got your first thing, so you would probably be able to buy 2 more things, giving you 8 points. That would be very nice for you. What would I be able to do on the hot spring and the mountain and the fields and the sea fields? Yeah, actually, I'm going to make my way kind of slowly, although you'll be able to block. Yep, I'm going to kind of go bit by bit. We'll see what happens. I assume you're going to be playing to your strength.
Yeah. Well, there's no point going to the mountain because I've already got the mountain. There's no point going to the field because I'd only end up with 1 thing. I could go to the sea and I could add 3 there, but I feel like I should probably go all the way to the village. Because if I don't go to the village, you probably will. But then you could do the extra for the field, for the
But
sea,
you'll be able to block me with the neutral villager, remember, so I won't be able to get all 3 of them. I'll only be able to get 2 at most.
That's true. If I go... So I need to go to the... But there's no point going to the mountain. I could go to the fields, but then you might skip ahead and take the village from me, and I really want to go to the village for one last time. Gonna do it.
Yep, that makes sense. And now
what have I got? So I've got
waiting to see what you
set.
are lucky enough to get.
A small object, so I can buy that one. That's really only reason to buy that one, isn't there? Okay, let's buy one of those.
Okay, so you've still got more money. You're going... Yeah, there's...
Oh, neck and neck, though.
Mountain gives me 2 points, and then you'll be able to block something. Fields gives me 3 points, and sea gives me 4 points. So if I go to the mountain, you'll block the sea, and I will basically end up getting 5 points. That seems like, yeah, it seems like my best choice. Yeah, so you
I need to stop you getting to the sea. Yeah.
So that gives me 4 rather than 3. And then I take that one, and then I go to the inn to hopefully get... Yes, I can afford a bit of food. Yay. I got some food. And now I move the neutral traveler, which makes absolutely no difference. And you get your food, and we finish the game.
Yeah.
And
now it figures out all the extra points.
And this is where it does the bits on the side really quickly. So apparently I won, but let's look at the bits on the side again. So I got the achievements cards Gourmet, which was for having the most expensive stuff. You got the collector cards, and I got the collector cards, which was for having the most villagey stuff. We both got the achievement for bathing, and we both got the achievement for chatterbox. You got 10 points for your donation to the temple, and I got 7 points for donation to the temple.
I really hope my temple donations would take me over the edge, but I think because you completed those extra panoramas, you've got some extra ones there.
Yay!
And I think, did you spend more at the inn? Yeah.
Yes, I did, because there was one meal that you missed.
Yeah,
and also one of them, and thank you, Goffer and Flo. And Goffer says the field would give extra points for being the first player to complete it too. Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. And then, see, I should have blocked you from the field, but I stupidly blocked you from the sea.
Let's see. Oh yes, I'm the first to finish the field panorama. It says here, and I scored 3 points for that. It was very close though, and I'm going to give you a little thumbs up because I like you.
Thanks.
And hello, Panic. It is lovely to see you. So yeah, what did you think of that game, Mill? Would you want to play it again?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a lot of different things to sort of keep track of, isn't there? I quite like games where there's like lots of different win conditions.
It feels very, what's the word, point salad-y kind of.
I quite like to see what it's like with more players as well. Because that neutral player, it really throws something into the mix, doesn't it?
And then with 4 or 5, you've got additional spaces because some of the places you can have more people on. I'd like to actually have a quick look at the board. I'm actually going to... Wait, that's not... Tokaido rules. I'm just... So... Yeah, it looks like, yeah, the bits that are the most important... Oh no, actually, it's a mix of all the things. So sometimes the villages only have one space, sometimes they have 2, and each leg of the journey is quite different. It feels like there's definitely quite a bit to ponder. It doesn't feel like there's particularly any exciting moments. It doesn't feel like there's anything, whoa, this managed to happen. But overall, it's just quite gentle and nice. I mean, you keep building up these little sets from, I guess, from the village. That's about an average of 4 points per item, which is like a conversion of how much are they on average? 1.5 coins maybe for 4 points. That's really good.
Yeah.
And then you've got these springs where, boom, 3 points. And obviously the growth of the sea, it does get like a little bit of a feeling of growth and increment. So, you know, I definitely felt a little sense of, yeah, achievement and relaxation from it. I feel like it does fit the general theme quite well.
Yeah, it's definitely it's not sort of high pressure, is it? It's very gentle, and it was quick to play as well, quick to learn, which is always quite nice, I think.
Have you played?
Especially working in the board game cafe, people are constantly wanting something that's quick to learn. So I can certainly recommend that one to people now.
Oh, and hello, this is Tom Cauldron, designer of Categorical. It's lovely to have you join us, who says, I really enjoy Tokaido, a pleasant game. The time track on it very much reminds me of, I don't know if you played Rocky Road a la Mode and Tinner's Trail by Martin Wallace, which both have that mechanism of person in last place gets the next turn. But I do feel like, for me, Rocky Road a la Mode, I played it one evening and I'm already feeling like I'm kind of... There's not much more to see there. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh on it, but I feel like I played it there, then I brought it home, analysed all the cards, and I was like, okay, that's the way to go. And now, who wins? Whereas here, like, there's definitely a lot to ponder, and like, you know, all the point salad nature of it, everything going on, and yeah, it's kind of, in terms of weight, it's between Tinner's Trail and this, because that, like Rocky Road a la Mode, that time track is the entire game. But those spaces, because they're unique, and the notion of having multiple places on each space, depending on player counts, is a nice idea. And like, each of the things actually works in a very pleasant way. I do feel like some of the... I'm not going to lie, I still felt jealous. Even though I won, I still felt jealous about you getting the buy one, get one free person. I just want the buy one, get one free person.
It worked out really well for me at the start, but I ran out of money really quickly. So that yeah, I could see that the encounter one felt more sort of even going through, probably. That you were getting the same thing a bit more.
Well, I only managed to activate it once because you just managed to deny me all the way through. That was really well played, although I did deny you the money, which I was really proud of.
Yeah,
I think that won the game for me, denying you that money.
I think you denying me the money really scuppered my buying souvenirs quite a lot.
Oh man, I was so evil. And Flo says,
I was evil too.
Oh, we were evil together.
It was so relaxing, but we were really evil.
And
it is
Flo
beautiful.
says it's relax. And yes, everyone likes a deal. I go to the supermarket, and if it's like, hey, this is the reduced thing, it's 30% off because it's going off today. Yep, I'm going to buy that. I'm going to have that for my dinner. Are you the same? Do you like a bargain in the shops?
Yeah. Yeah, everyone loves a bargain.
Oh yeah, you're quite right.
Yeah.
I feel like
you go, I wasn't going to have that for dinner, but now I will.
I went off and I actually, true story, before we were recording, I was trying to work out what to have for my second meal of the day, let's call it, because I know this might not be the healthiest thing, but I had my breakfast around 12 or 1, and that was noodles, and that was it, and then a lollipop. And I was like, yeah, that's not the best breakfast, but, I want something more for my lunch. I don't think that's enough for breakfast and lunch combined. So then for lunch, I had some frozen chicken that I put in the oven. I went off to get just a couple of cucumbers, one to eat. And I chopped up a cucumber, chopped up a tomato, made myself a wee bit of a salad to have with that. And then so got a reduced pack of chicken for dinner again, because why not?
Yeah. You end up having strange
this game in real life, or just how did you come to get the app?
The app is just free on the App Store.
Okay.
So, like, at the beginning of the first lockdown, I was like, what games can I play on apps? And I found this one. I think you can get Catan for free as well. There was a game, oh my god, what was it called? I'm going to have to look it up now. Skip-Bo, that was it, which is like a little card game. Just before the first lockdown, we were actually on holiday in Egypt, and like everyone in the bar was playing this Skip-Bo game, and we'd never heard of it.
Is it like Uno?
What is this? And everyone was like addicted to it. It's sort of like Uno, but it's a bit more involved than Uno. It's slightly different. But the app is really good, actually. The app is fun. But yeah, so I looked that one up, and then I sort of started getting all these recommendations for other board game apps, and there's loads of them that you can get for free. And that was kind of before I knew about BGA and TTS and all those kinds of things.
Tom Cauldron says, a few years ago, Tokaido was one of the games that we tried doing an intensive week of play to get a deeper appreciation of. We found that we didn't really see much more depth, to be honest. It's a game where the first play is pretty similar to the 10th play. Still really nice, though. Not every game has to have hidden depths. Yeah, I guess this is kind of like the question. Yeah, because it does feel like a bit of a shame. And if a game, especially in this day and age where we are so often only playing a game a couple of times, and that's kind of really sad. Whereas you've got something like, looking to the right of me, Taj Mahal or Corridor, which I think, for me, Corridor, it was maybe the third play of it. I realized, wait a minute. And spoiler alert, mute me for about 30 seconds. Do I have a spoiler tag? I will pop a spoiler tag onto the screen while I'm giving you a spoiler. Just if you want to work out strategies yourself, don't listen for 30 seconds. So are you okay with me talking about this, Mill?
Go for it.
So basically, my mind was blown, because in Corridor, you're trying to get to the other side, you're trying to block off your opponents, and then eventually realize, by blocking off yourself, that means that your opponents can't block you off and ask you to go all the way back. Do you get what I mean? Because you've always got to have one path to the other side. So let's imagine you've got two paths that are possible, and you're about to get to the end of one of the paths. Now, if your opponent makes that into a dead end, you have to go back all the way and then go back along the other path, if that makes sense. But if you and so it becomes like a game of push your luck, where, okay, at what point is it worth me placing this one wall to give myself that dead end, to actually block myself, so that this path that I am traveling is the only path. And so, yeah, that really blew my mind. And I was like, wow. And I know that's like only the third game, but then afterwards it was like, okay, now I'm thinking more and more, at what point do I do that? And how do I play these things? And there's definitely a lot going on in any of these abstract strategy games. Same with Taj Mahal. I feel like the first time I played that, but yeah, does every game need, is a good game something that gives us, repeated plays and then we can see more and more depth, or is a good game just something that makes us smile and enjoys? Yeah, what do you think?
I think it could be either, really. I think for proper hobby gamers that want deeper strategy and stuff, Tokaido is probably very much a filler game. You can pick it up quickly, you can play it quickly. I mean, we got through that game in just over half an hour probably, and we'd never played it before. So I think at a games night, it would be quite a nice filler game. And I think it is, as we've said, it's relaxing, it's pretty. Let's keep playing it. But I think for people that aren't that are more casual gamers, I can see it being one that comes out quite often because it's quite easy to learn. It's easy to teach your friends. I think you might have frozen, Bez. You've gone very still. I think it could be either. I think it's nice to have a game with a lot of different win conditions. I think there's a lot of replayability in it because you could have a different strategy every time. Oh, Bez has gone completely. I'm just taking over Bez's stream now. Hopefully she'll be back soon. People say things in the chat because otherwise I'm just going to talk. I can't see the chat now. I'm going to have to see if I can see it somewhere else. Here we go. Oh no, it's all gone wrong. Oh, now I've got people talking to me on Discord. What else can I say about Tokaido? It's pretty. Play it if you like pretty games. I like pretty games. You can tell that I'm not a streamer, can't you? Bez is rebooting her computer, which means we're stranded here for a minute. Yeah. Stupid YouTube. I can see things in the YouTube chat. Can't see things in the... Oh, Bez is back.
Hello, yay. Sorry, what did I miss?
Oh, you missed me just going, I don't really know what to talk about.
I do very much apologise for that.
That's all right.
I'll have to look over the things because I've got to... And hello, Rob Harper, who says, I like Tokaido. It's straightforward and chill. As Tom said, not every game needs to be deep.
True.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't think it's going to be a game that I would suggest, but it would be a game that I would happily play. And it's, simple to learn. It feels like there's enough going on. And yeah, in the instructions, there's an idea for a simple mode where you don't get the different characters. Just everyone starts with 7 money at the start, which seems perfectly reasonable. And yeah.
I think it's a nice gateway game, isn't it? It's for casual gamers sort of looking for a little bit more strategy than they might get with Monopoly or Cluedo or Scrabble, the basic classics. I think it's a nice one to sort of gently get into a bit more strategy and then build up to something a bit heavier.
Well, thank you so much. Let me actually go to the other things because apparently there was some things online that I lost, but that seems like a nice place to recap because we're at the end of the hour, and I'm going to try and keep all my streams generally these days to be an hour, unless it's a big deep discussion and we absolutely need to keep going, in which case I'm not going to be okay, you're talking about serious stuff, well, boom, that's the end. But yeah, it's been lovely to have you. Thank you so much for joining me. I had lots of fun, and maybe I'll see you again at some point in the not too distant future.
Yeah, let's hope so.
And so if you want to and so we played a game We enjoyed it. I would, yeah. Do we need to give it a numerical rating? I don't think so.
No, it's a nice, gentle game for a Thursday afternoon, isn't it?
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
And if you want to check out Mill, how would you find Mill?
Yes, so Dissent Games is on the screen there now. So we're on Twitter at Dissent Games. We're at dissentgames.com. Library Labyrinth is our upcoming game, which is also librarylabyrinth.com. You can search Library Labyrinth on Facebook. We're also at Dissent Games on Instagram, though we don't post on there very often. But yeah, find us through Library Labyrinth is probably the best thing at the moment, which you can also sign up to the pre-launch on Kickstarter.
And I was going to say, definitely check out the activist game jam. If, you know, games that have more of an involved message is something that you're interested in, then definitely check that one out. And of course, for me, I'm Stuff by Bez everywhere, twitter.com/stuffbez, instagram.com/stuffbez, in all the places. Thank you very much, everyone. And rather than giving it points out of 10, we give it squibbly points on a scale of Klupf to Flurple.
I would say Flisbo.
I would say Flizzalug. Anyway.
Excellent.
If you want to check out my future streams, check out this. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. UK time, I am going to be doing a Friendly Friday forum, chatting about you and chatting also wee bits about StreamYard and how I do that, because a couple of people mentioned that they wanted to hear more about how this thing works, and so I'm going to do that. 4 p.m. tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to play, possibly Dinosaurs Love Spicy Pies, maybe a solo game, but if anyone wants to join me for something on Board Game Arena, let me know. Share, spread the word. Lots of love. At least we have standard ratings now, says Rob. You are such a troll. Yep, I'm going to say that. You're such a troll. I love you. Okay, so we've got who should we? Oh, we've got Duchess, who's doing Rolling Village. Let us raid Duchess, I guess. If you're on Twitch, then DUCHESS1105, Duchess 1105. And that's the end of the show. Lots of love. Okay, I'm glad that was synchronicity. That's what it's all about. And for now, that's the end of the show. Lots of love and bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, bye, Panic. Bye, bye, Flo. Bye, bye, Mill.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye-bye, Rob. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye, anyone else.
Bye.
Lots of love. Yeah, bye-bye. Now I'm going to stare awkwardly at you for 5 seconds.
I'll just keep doing this. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.
Yes, I love you. Bye-bye. That's exactly the right... Oh, hello, Joanne. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello, Joanne, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And, yeah.
Just going to keep doing this until...